Well, hello there, and welcome to Charles's column. Good to see you again. How are you doing? Hope you're keeping well. We're all quite well, thank you. Keeping fine. Well, talking of health, which we were, we have here some rather strange things. I've been analysing words, doing my kind of teaching job, and I found that there's a lot of contradictions with words, particularly labels. How about these? The health centre over here deals with sick people. The Ministry of Defence over here is interested in attack. Other countries, of course, not us. There's a thing here for poor people who, for some reason or other, don't seem to be able to earn a living. It's a thing called universal credit, just been introduced a few years ago. As it's universal, if I thought I might apply, guess what? I don't qualify. So how universal is that? Well, actually, I don't qualify because, there's no way that I would ever qualify. But there you go. Universal credit is not universal. We've got a job centre, and it caters for people who can't and don't and won't ever get a job. How about that? Well, there's a few American ones that I know. There's a thing called a wellness centre. I hate that one, a wellness centre. It's not good English. If I said that at school, my school teacher would have put a big red line through it. He'd have rubbed it out and said, not good enough, you won't get your gold star or even your silver star this week. There's another one that just doesn't sound right to me. It's called an eatery. Eatery? Why not a restaurant? Eatery, indeed. I think I would like to start a movement for things that do what they say on the box, so that when you open the box, you're not disappointed with what you've got. My wife's always saying, say what you mean and mean what you say. That's it. Say what you mean and mean what you say. So we all want something that does what it says on the box. But since this pandemic, as I call it, the box has not only been opened, it's been completely ripped up and thrown away, and you'll never see it again. So we're all living outside what used to be the comfortable box with its defined limits. Wow. Just another couple. I always laugh at the advertisements that say, food advertisements, they say, hand-reared, and hand-reared fish, hand-cooked chips, or crisps as we call them. Hand-cooked? There must be a lot of chefs with burnt fingers. Anyway, perhaps I'm rambling too much. Yes, somebody said. I'm not answering questions that you sent in this week, so I'm just going to tell you what God says. He says, come unto me. This is in Matthew's Gospel. I was told I should tell you where these things are. Matthew 11, fairly near the end, verse 28. It's Jesus, and he says, come unto me, come unto Jesus, all ye that are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest, he says. He says, take my yoke and learn from me. Well, a yoke is what the oxen were strapped to, and they had to pull the plough and the cart and everything else. And Jesus says, take my yoke and learn from me. In other words, he's saying, I've come under the rule and the guidance and the protection and the benevolence of my Father. Why don't you do the same? He says, for you will find rest for your souls. He says that I am gentle and humble in heart, he says. For my yoke is easy, he says, and my burden is light. Do you know, when Jesus came to this world, he didn't come to judge people. And I believe the church is not in the business primarily of judging people. It's in the business of telling people that God is out to woo them with love. into a better way of living in this world, which will lead to a better way of living after this world. As you've heard me say before, if we kick God in the teeth, or if we kick the unknown God, or if we kick the God that isn't there, whatever, however you'd like to describe it, if we kick him in the teeth, what right has he got to help us for the rest of eternity? So there, we've got a God who does what he says in the book. And that's a real blessing. God doesn't change. That's a real blessing, because the Bible says he's perfect. If he changed, he could only change and be worse. How's that? How's that? I look forward to seeing you next time for some more from Charles's column. No, Charles's column, actually, Charles's column. I always get that wrong. Well, not always, but tend to get that wrong. Tell you why another time. Bye for now. Bye.